Caresha. She recently made the headlines with BET, the BET Awards. She won Hip Hop Podcast of the Year over some notable names. She won over Gillian Wallow. She won over Drink Champs, The Breakfast Club, and the Joe Budden Podcast. These are all staples in hip hop as far as hip hop goes. I don't even view Caresha's podcast as a hip hop podcast. She has hip hop people from the hip hop culture on there, but they talk about other shit. They talk about sex and your fetishes and like funny shit and like female type shit. It's not like, okay, I tune into Math Hoffa shit. They going about the history of hip hop. I tune into Drink Champs. This is the history of hip hop, the essence. So for her to win that was crazy to everybody. I mean, salute her for winning, but to the guys who putting in real work in that lane, because I don't even think she dropped every week. From what I'm reading, she dropped every couple months or something, every couple weeks when she feel like it. These niggas is dropping consistently every day, every month, putting in the groundwork for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So for you to win over that, I feel like that was strategic, because number one, with them trying to push masculinity out and pushing females to the forefront of everything, they're running rap right now. So fuck it, push them to the forefront of the podcast game. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looked like to me. A lot of people saying it was Diddy, he paid for it, this and that. But I think it's even bigger than that. It's like they're trying to propel women over men right now in all aspects of life. So fuck it, let's get the podcast game too. Here you go. Even though we know you didn't deserve it.
No, I agree with you. I think, and also when you look at who is the biggest consumers, it's women, right? Like they buy the most shit, they are online the most, you use social media the most as well. So they are going to cater to that. And then I also think that Drink Champs already won 1 year. Joe Budden won 1 year. Gillian Wallow, I don't know if they won. For me, their podcast is cool, but sometimes it gets a little too off to the side with them niggas bickering and joking and shit. I'd be like, shut that shit down. But so I also feel like that's why they just gave it to her, because it's like, man, these niggas already won. We don't want to give it to these niggas again. And then, like you said, it shows the diversity and inclusion of, you feel me, black, woman. Okay, boom, let's put it to the forefront, right? And then that'll be like, okay, y'all did y'all duty for the year. But we all know Caresha Please is not the best podcast out there, and that's no disrespect to Caresha and the platform that they have. I think that they have some, if you're looking at it from like a producer's angle, they have good content, right? It's not for me, but I could see how it could be for somebody else. But when we're talking about an overall, grade off of quality, you know what I mean? Quantity, you get what I'm saying? Impact, you have to look at those other pods and realize they're far ahead of her, way far ahead of her. But we're also in a time where things like that are accepted more and put to the forefront more. I just seen a clip of Caresha. She had on, I think her name is Ari Banks, something like that. And they was talking and they was asking people in the crowd questions. And so they asked the dude, hey, do you like BBL or natural? What do you prefer? He said, I like natural. She said, sit your ass down. Everybody started laughing. And it was funny, but you get what I'm saying? This is where we're at now. If a nigga say he like natural, it's frowned upon. So if a nigga say, I want to talk about hip hop, economics, what's going on in the culture, frowned upon. But if I want to talk about some hoe ass shit, or I'm going to put this here and this here and do some sexual shit, okay, put that to the forefront. So that's what we're seeing right now. And I hope black women see it too, and I'm tying this all in with Caresha because I feel like she is one of the new people that we have seen kind of bring the sexuality more to the forefront, make it more acceptable for black women in this new age of hip hop. And so when you see that, you got to really look at it and you know what I mean? Take a look. Sexy Red, all these different types of people that are popping off. I feel like they all play a part in just the way the culture has shifted, what we are accepting now as a culture. And that's ultimately what led to that award.
I think it's part of the sum up everything y'all said, but I think people got to remember that everything is entertainment. That's what they care about. They care about entertainment, and I feel like I don't know the numbers or how they go about voting for it and her statistics when she do drop, but I do know a lot of people like her interviews. A lot of people like to be entertained when she doing what she do or whoever her guest. Because they always talking about it. Women always talking about it. As soon as she dropped, it's a lot of She make a lot of noise. But that doesn't take away, like y'all said, versus these other podcasts and stuff like that. But I just think you got to be reminded of that. And like you said, like he was saying, people do pay for things. You learn about awards do get paid for. Grammys get paid for. A lot of stuff get paid for. You got the bag, they're gonna give it to you. Yeah. So it's just you can't really be mad at it and just accept it for what it is. I look at it like that. But it is crazy that I like $1 Million Worth of Game. I like a lot of them other podcasts. I don't watch too many, but that's a good one, I believe. But like y'all said, switching it up, putting these women at the forefront. Now they're going after more so, like he said, keeping the women in the spotlight more versus everything else. We'll see on the next one though, depending what angles they take. Because is there any other women podcasts or anything like that? I don't even know no more.
I mean, it's plenty of women podcasts.
I mean, like that's on a scale. Not to say like it's no more, but
it's due to the fact of those women podcasts they're not pushing the type of content that she's pushing. And so that's what I would challenge BET. Go find some podcasts of some women that's talking some shit that don't got nothing to do with that shit. Like, why are y'all trying to push the narrative so much, just the sexuality and this hypersexual shit so much? I feel like that's all that it is. And really, like, what is her content? You know what I mean? Who is it impacting? I don't understand who is it impacting? What is it changing? What is it doing? I don't see it. So that's why for me, I don't see how she got the award.
See, it's impacting people, but it's not impacting the people in the way you think it should be impacted. Yeah, so that's what they want. They want it to impact people in a state where you're not a critical thinker, or you're not a individually thinker, like you don't think for yourself. So, and you're chasing, a lot of these women be chasing these women, you know what I mean? Like chasing these 304s, or she promoting a lifestyle that she don't even accept for her own daughter.
But she said that, yeah.
Yeah, but these women will go run behind that. Like, what's the name of her album coming out right now? Some whores or some shit?
Yeah, I saw that.
Straight up whores. Crazy shit like that. But see, that's the thing.
And they still, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, not gonna say, if she came out and said to herself that she would not allow her daughter to be this way or be that way, and these women, even women that's older than her, would still run behind her and try to be like her. You know what I mean? Or what they think that she is. But her real life, when these cameras go off, she probably not even like y'all think she is. Yeah. You know what I mean? She fucking with the motherfucking billionaire and all types of shit. Like,
it goes back to what it always goes back to, the almighty dollar bill. The almighty dollar bill and the agenda. The agenda right now is making black women and women in general whores. 304s, not respecting men, wild, uncontrollable. Like I was seeing on another pod, they were saying they already destroyed the black men as far as with the messages they push with the gangster rap and destroy your own community and kill the ops and this and that. So they're like, okay, we got the bitches now. Be whores, be 304s, be promiscuous, be sluts. It's just all about the agenda, and that's what's selling. Because let's be real, if Caresha started talking politics, started talking serious topics that make people think, who in the fuck is gonna listen to that? Her demographic is not there for that. They want to be entertained. They going to work, they slaving, they living check to check, their life fucked up, they living vicariously through these entertainers that they idolize. They just want to be entertained. And she asked a lot of questions that podcasters like us can't ask these guys. Because one, she's a female, she's attractive, and three, she's a female. So shit that women want to know about a lot of these guys, she's the only one that can ask. They can't get on Gillian Wallow or Joe Budden and ask them type of questions. So she is appealing to the women, which are the largest consumers in the fucking world. So, I mean, you got to take the good with the bad. I say it's a lane for everything. Find the lane that's good for you and merge in that and then ride that lane. It's a lane for her. People like that shit. But if you want to hear the shit that you complaining about her not talking about, go find that content because it's out there. Yeah. The problem is it does not get the clicks because y'all don't watch it. Y'all call it boring. Y'all want to hear this wild shit. You know what I'm saying? So we as consumers got to decide. We're pushing this to the forefront. Not saying us per se, but the consumer itself. But as far as winning that award, that was politics. There's no way. I don't give a fuck how many times they won. There's politics. Yeah. If you just going by, okay, it's hip hop. bro, that's her shit's not hip hop.
Period. Yeah.
There's no way to win that. That's politics, and we all understand. So that's why Nori and them voiced their opinions, and they was mad about it. But you know, Viral Way Podcast is coming. We coming for that award. Disorderly Conduct is coming. They coming for that award. So we'll be there soon. But I mean, shout out Caresha. Shout out all the black podcasters doing their thing. Because it's another topic I wanted to discuss as far as podcasts go, and that is the black community getting hate for doing podcasts.